Namaskar. I'm going to talk about 5 things, and first, appreciate it very much if you can tell me you're able to hear me fine. This is a new setup that I have set up here, and the light might not be the best, but the important thing is to convey the news. I'm going to talk about 5 things, 5 important things that took place in this encounter. And my latest information is the people who did this are still at large. They have been completely cordoned off, but it's an area which is hilly. Perhaps they know how to come get out. And I'm going to ask some really tough questions, including questions of the United States House Intelligence Committee, of which 2 Indian Americans are members. So 5 questions that I'm going to ask, or 5 facts that I'm going to talk about. And I really, really request it to all of you. Please like this video, and after this finishes, please share this thing amongst friends and families, because this is the latest information I have. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm just going to tell you what is going on. And you need to understand that there is a fair amount of stuff that has happened in the back. It is not possible, from the information I have gathered, for something like this to be carried out unless there was an intelligence leak at a very high level. Please just keep that in mind as we go through this thing. First question that everybody is asking: was there an intelligence failure? I'm sorry, there was no intelligence failure. And I'll explain that to you in a short while. There was no intelligence failure. And that's why I'm saying that this must have been something beyond just the simple, oh, people didn't know, or this area was exposed. No, nothing of that sort happened. In fact, high level assets in the Indian setup have been either grievously injured or are already dead. I'm really, really sorry. And my heart goes out to one naval officer's wife. His name, I'm just going to tell you the name. His name is Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, and he's just 26 years of age. And guess what? He has been married just 6 days ago. Probably they were spending their honeymoon here, and what a way. This is really, really, really sad. My heart goes out to this family, his parents, her and her parents. I am hoping that this may not be the right news, but I think it is. Unfortunately, I think it is correct. And by the way, the count has gone beyond 50. More people are going to die. 2 foreign nationals have also been killed. Perhaps that number also will go up. So let's just take a quick look at what other things I'm going to disclose. One is that there was an intelligence failure. No, there wasn't, because like I said, many have actually been killed from that community. So they themselves got ambushed. That means the leak happened at a very high level. We have a compromised set of people. Many of you, told me, why are you creating the short story I did, Confessions, or not Confessions, Great Expectations of a Babu. It was a video. Many of you saying, why are you saying this? You know what? You need to understand, this is the setup in India. Many at the very high level, the more critical the position, the more they are compromised. And in order to keep that position, they will do anything. Please understand it. It was not my intent to put some salacious stuff out. This happens day in and day out. I will give you more details on a different conversation, because this is not about that. This is about the fact that there must have been a high level leak in the apparatus in the Indian government. And I'm told Amit Shah has rushed to Kashmir. Going there is not as important. That just gives the pressure more on the people on the ground to look like they are doing something. Give them the space, they will figure this out. My bigger concern would be what is going to happen next. I'm told that Modi ji cancelled one dinner engagement and rushed back to New Delhi. I'm actually the backdrop here is that of New Delhi, Radha Krishna there. And the important takeaway here is everybody understands what is going on. Again, after I talk these 5 things, I will tell you about a little bit of a read on my part on what is going on. So I've done 2 things so far. Intel failure, no. Modi's come back. And why tourists? Because this is a very, very crucial question. Even at the height of the insurgency activity, there was an unwritten rule: we will not touch the tourists. I'm talking about before even 370 was removed, that we will not touch the tourists, because those were the people who were giving economic sustenance to the people in the valley. Now, why tourists? What has changed this time? I'll come to that also. I'll answer that question in just a little bit. Like I said, 2 foreign nationals. I believe one is Israeli. I don't remember the other nationality. It doesn't matter, people. I mean, this is a heinous crime, and the people who have claimed responsibility are the resistance front. These people are supposed to be an offshoot of 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗪𝗏. That means there is the ISI signature all over this. And my 5th question is going to be a tough one to some of the people in the United States. Just wait till then. Next, 4th, who were killed? I told you, foreigners, many high-level assets of India. I'm not going to disclose the details. I told you, one naval officer, 26 years of age, 6 days into his marriage, he has been eliminated. So that means there was presence of people who could have reacted swiftly, yet somehow they didn't have time. Was this like a 2611 Shivaji terminal, Chhatrapati Shivaji terminal in Mumbai, where they just had these machine guns and they just tore down the people in front of them indiscriminately? No, that's not what has happened here, and this is going to curl your blood. The first 27 people, they were all men. They were all first stripped, and to check, what they were checking for. Then they asked their names. First they asked their names, then they lined them up, they were stripped. Then they said, read the kalma. And when they couldn't, they started eliminating them. And you heard the story of one wife of Manjunath was saying, kill me and my daughter too, or son. I don't remember the exact gender there. Sorry for that. The guy just laughed it off. And actually, Manjunath sounds like a Kannadiga, I hope. I have a very good friend in Bangalore. I haven't been in touch with him for many years. A very smart individual. I hope it's not him. That's all I can say. A very smart individual. Manjunath, if you know that I'm trying to talk about you, just send me a DM that all is well, because this is not the way to lose your life. He was 47 years old. Now, 4th question. I just answered the 4th question, who were killed and how they were killed, right? The last one, the United States House Intelligence Committee. The United States claims that they can make Pakistan sit or stand on order and they will immediately obey. There are 2 permanent members in the House Intelligence Committee of Indian American origin. Congressman Radhakrishnamoorthy, he is the 4th senior most from the Democratic side, and Congressman 𝗤𝗎𝗍𝗏. 𝗤𝗎𝗍𝗏 is from California, Radhakrishnamoorthy is from the state of Illinois. For both of you, I have a question. Were you aware? Then please carefully think over before you answer this question, because this is a difficult question. Were you aware of this incident about to happen? If you answer yes, then I would tell all our donors, wherever you are contributing. Many of you are Democrats. Somehow you guys are not understanding the seriousness of what kind of damage the Biden administration has done. Really, I mean, I'm shocked. And just keep on saying that Trump is also bad, there's that. Come on now. The illegals being allowed in, close to 15 to 16 million. This is going to leave terrorism at everybody's doorstep inside United States. These are going to act, because I can tell you, I can smell this Chinese angle a mile away. And God knows why, some Democrats who are continuing to donate to people in the Democratic Party don't smell, and they're not smelling the coffee here. So, question. So, were you aware of this operation? If you say yes, then I would directly ask you, then with what face are you going to come and seek funds next time? I want all of you, especially those of us who are citizens of United States, who are regular political donors, remember this question. If the United States claims that it can control Pakistan at will, and there was dog whistling that went on, Asim Munir's speech, the scoundrel, the rascal, the lowlife, if you just followed what he said, I mean, this was, in my opinion, a dog whistle to say that you need to do this thing, because going after tourists is a no-no. This is going to have serious consequences on the economy of Kashmir itself. And this is not going to be good for the locals. And if some of them, they're called OGWs, overground workers, if some of you collaborated with these thugs, well, this time I want them named and shamed, because there is no other way this is going to get solved out. There's no other way it's going to get sorted out. So these are the 5 things. Now, let me tell you what I think is happening. Okay, let's go back to the House Intelligence Committee question. If they did not know, let's say that, so far the House Intelligence Committee has not issued a statement about this, and that's sad, shocking. I'm looking to see if in today's briefing White House is going to say something or the other. But clearly, look, if you donated to any congressman, woman, senator, understand, you need to look at it, look out for yourself. Remember, I've been saying this again and again. If you are not at the table, you are on the menu. Guess where Hindus are right now? I don't have to answer that question. Now, let's go back and take a look at big picture, right? Step back. There has been talk that something is going to happen, something is going to happen, something is going to happen. In fact, some guests have come on my channel also, and they have said about how India conducted a big military exercise just on the chicken snake area, just outside of the Bangladeshi border. So this was a demonstration of what we can do. That's one. That happened about a couple of months ago. There was a little bit of lull. And now again, looks like, they want to try and chance their hands. Remember one thing, viewers, there are close to 150 to 200 ISI operatives who have been working in Bangladesh. These are the ones who are carefully going and seeding. They are the ones probably who are giving money to some of the people who are, the actual radical face of the Jamaat. But these are the people that need to be taken care of. They have to be sorted out. They are in an enemy country, allowing this to happen. Why is the Indian government not naming and shaming these people? I don't know. And see, sometimes these intelligence calls are a little dicey. It's like, I know, I know, that sort of stuff, to try and keep them under control. My guess is, after listening to some of the, reading some of the information that has come, the intelligence community of the Indian government actually was present there. That's why I'm saying it's not an intelligence failure. Sometimes what happens is, we'll catch them in the act. I mean, terrorists don't understand anything else. If they have submachine guns, you have no hope. You have pistols and they have submachine guns, you might as well just, shoot yourself with your pistol. You don't stand a chance. So that is one thing. The second thing I'm hearing is, again, a lot of people saying something is going to happen, something is going to happen. The time that should have been done was when everybody was still fresh, remembering what Trump had told Modi: take care of Bangladesh. You need to have these plans in your back pocket, ready to go. When somebody makes a statement like that, that's when you need to move with precision, with like a scalpel, and take care of assets. Okay, so that is one side. The other side to this argument is, it's easy to occupy area, much difficult to manage it if the local people are not willing to support you. In other words, if you don't have the support of the local populace, then it's going to be very difficult to maintain law and order in that place. Now let's take a step back. So India marches into Bangladesh. Do you think India will be able to garner the support of the locals? They have already been told a lot of stuff, right? So do you think they'll be willing to listen to the army? India actually did establish total control in Yarpanam, that is Jaffna, when they went in the IPKF-20. It suffered terrible losses. I can't go tell you all the stories that happened at that time. It's water under the bridge. But India did completely control the town of Yarpanam. Post office was working, banks were working, administration was working, water was coming, everything happened. And then, of course, things took a disastrous turn, and we know what happened. I mean, let's leave it at that. When Rajiv Gandhi lost the election, VP Singh didn't think through the consequences. See, some of these guys, they will say anything to come to election, but VP Singh is one heck of a disaster of a prime minister. He's the one who created this Mandal stuff also. So remember, some of these people don't really possess the gravitas to be able to sit on the throne of prime minister. It is not easy. So let's yeah, so the two dead terrorists are from Israel and Italy. You think Israel is going to keep quiet? Heck no. So but the point is, so what do you do? So you, let's say you eliminate these four, then what happens, right? So that's one side. Okay, let's get back to what I was trying to say about, so India marches in and takes over some part of Bangladesh. Then what? It can't take over the entire Bangladesh. That is a problem also, because that means you have to, take care of manage a huge area. Usually what happens is what Russia does, salami tactics. What China does, salami tactics. Take a small piece, stabilize it, then take the next, nibble the next piece and the next one. So there's always a push outwards. India has one decisive thing that it can do, and that is in Chittagong area. The other one, of course, we talked about the Rangpur area, where you can come in and broaden the chicken's neck by taking over the V that gets formed by the two rivers, Ganga and Brahmaputra. So one of the things that I have been hearing, and this might have tipped the hand or forced the hand of ISI to do this, is that in all these places where it was felt that India might intervene, and Murshidabad is a Bangladesh hand, which is ISI. Again, I'm telling you, it's ISI. Again, this goes back to the House Intelligence Committee members. I mean, Congressman Raja-Krishnamurthy, I've had conversations with you. I don't ask you tough questions when I'm interviewing you, because I feel like you have the bigger interests of Hindus at heart. But this time I'm going to ask you point blank, do you really deserve my donation? And if so, please answer truthfully this question. Did you know or did you not know? Either way, it's going to be a tough answer for you, but you need to know. Those of us who support you, we need to know. So please answer this question. Okay, so this is all I have, and India will, of course, proceed cautiously. There is going to be a response. I have no doubt in my mind. How, what form, shape it's going to come, I don't know. But that the thing is, pani 𝗟𝗓𝗙𝗧𝗍𝗓 𝗔𝗡𝗧. That's what the situation is today. These two low-life bhikaris, both Bangladesh and Pakistan, can't put food on the table for its citizens, and they want to go and create mischief in India. Okay, we are going to take note, and we are going to fix all these accounts. Thank you so much. I'm going to just take a few questions. There are some very good questions. Let me take a quick look at it. And there are people also having a lot of conversations in the chat mode. You can see, I didn't have a chance to look at the entire thing, but I'm just going to look at the 3 questions that I got here. Someone saying it was a failure on part of the Indian government to protect the innocent. Look, it has been an oasis of peace for a long time. 2019 August 5th is when Article 370 was abrogated. You're talking 6 years into it. And I have talked to many people who have gone to Kashmir and come back. They said it was very nice, and these things will happen. It's trying to get a rise out of India, and this is going to definitely get a response. How and what form and shape it's going to take, that's what we have to wait and see. Okay, first question. Giri wants to know why this incident is getting more attention than the one that happened during Modi's oath-taking ceremony. Both were done on basis of religion. Yes, both were done on basis of religion. Like I told you, the 27 men who were lined up, they were strip searched, and then they were asked to recite kalma. When they couldn't, that's when they were, gunned down. Look, the idea here is to create a sensation, and they don't care about who dies or who doesn't die. So, fact that the local people may not have been aware of this, just because of the fact that tourism was never touched during all the insurgency activity, leads me to believe that this was something that came from outside, which is why I'm asking this tough question of the House Intelligence Committee members. There are 27 people, and the majority is Republican. So please, you guys, the link for who forms part of the US House Intelligence Committee is available in the description section. Take this thing seriously. Please write to them and ask them, this is what happened. Send the link of this YouTube video to them. This is what happened. How the heck did you not know what happened? Because they are saying, oh, Pakistan, we tell them to sit, they'll sit. We tell them to stand, they will stand. No problems at all. Well, problem. Tell me what happened now. Okay, so that's the one. And let's go to the next one. This is an interesting question from somebody called 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗍. What is stage managed? This question was asked before we went live. 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗍, if you are a sincere listener and not somebody who's here to just try and get under somebody's nerve, then please answer the question. This has been already answered by me. I've given you all the data. By the way, this is, I think, the most comprehensive collection of information on this particular topic in the time that we have had. We may have another one update during the day to give you even more details on this. So it was not stage managed. There is just no way. The data doesn't point to it. Why is Muslim appeasement more important to Modi ji than Hindu lives and security? Krishna Kishore, this is not an easy question to answer, because these are also our citizens. These are our brothers and sisters. Yes, there has been misinformation. Yes, their ears are filled with violent thoughts, and that needs to be eradicated. That cannot be done overnight. Even in Kashmir, after devolution of power, wherein the Modi government went and gave the funding directly to the village councils, they never saw that kind of money before, and let them manage their affairs themselves. You still have issues about they said that they will not vote for BJP because the zehar, the poison that has been filled between their ears, is so much. Maybe some of them have to learn the hard way. I don't know what it is. I mean, I have been saying for the longest time, you need to cut off all the subsidies to Jammu and Kashmir. You have to learn up. The 𝗣𝗢𝗏𝗍𝗍 Bhaiya does not get the kind of price at which you get sugar and rice and wheat. They don't. No, there is no reason why you should. So a lot of these things has to happen. Yeah, there is an interesting comment here. Last one before I wind up. One of the Abdullah ministers in a video clearly termed tourists as cultural invasion, and local channels are saying overground workers may have been closely involved with the militants. Nothing will happen without the overground workers' involvement. But I think there was something more sinister that took place. I think the leak happened at a very, very high level. Sorry, I can't tell you all the details, because when you have intelligence casualties, right, those things should not be put out, especially if it is one of your own, because that will embolden them, and that will make the people who are in the other side of intelligence act even more brazenly. And I don't want to mention that. I can just tell you that this was not a intelligence failure. This was not. That makes the loss that much harder to take. Okay, so let's go to one more question here. Thank you so much, Cosmic Reason. Modi's inactions, are also known as patience like Buddha, has always been at the cost of Hindu lives. Only proactive step has been 𝗤𝗏𝗏𝗏 Well, it's think of it this way. He is doing what he can. Yes, he could be more decisive, like the way Yogi Adityanath is. Look, it took a lot of effort to get to where we are today. That BJP is in its third term, and if you ask me, it should be in 3 more terms, and do a better job of getting rid of some of the malcontents that have filled India, especially in power in the southern states. These are nothing but filth, absolute rotten filth. The way these people go about administering their states, and I'm also including the Congress governments in some of these states. Okay, and this has to go. But that means the people are still not disgusted. I mean, if the only way a Hindu is going to learn the lesson is when one of his near and dear passes in such an incident, come on now, that's a very high price to pay. These people are acting at will, and a vacation to Kashmir is a lot cheaper than a vacation to Switzerland. So that's where things stand. And last one, Sanjay has a super sticker for me. Thank you so much, Sanjay. And that's all I have for you folks. Like I said, I might come back with an update a little bit later in the day. And thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.